Dad takes his time about to shack outside the games. And you know what I'm talking about. Just let me know if you wanna go to that home out on the range. They got a lot of nice girls, huh? I'm racing. Well, yeah, it's fine if you got the time and attend to get yourself in. And here is time almost every night.
Hello, I'm Joe Palo, and along with Mike Cragen, we welcome you to our premiere edition of SportsVision magazine, a weekly program about local sports here in Cleveland, Bradley County. Throughout the coming week, SportsVision will be bringing you highlights and coverage of adult leagues, high school, middle school, and youth sports, everything from local middle school athletics to local youth sports events. SportsVision will cover as much information as we possibly can in a 30-minute program. SportsVision will feature special guests and a surprise or two from time to time. Mike?
Thanks, Joe, and I'd like to welcome all our viewers to SportsVision. It's a good local magazine show, as you said, and we're going to have a whole lot of fun with this thing. We're going to talk about anything from the local high schools to all the kids clubs programs, etc., that you and I have been highly involved with, and it's just a real joy to get into this thing.
What's exciting to me is that we're going to highlight now some of these kids that wouldn't ever get any publicity, the kids that move up and play the high school sports that we talk about.
The up-and-coming people that nobody really knows about, except the people that do work with them every day, like you and I, will end up having all kinds of clips on their hard work and their activities. Wrestling, we're going to cover soccer, we're going to cover the Cleveland Speedway for the people who enjoy the motorsports. We've got a little bit of BMX tape. All kinds.
We got lots of stuff. We're gonna just flood you with sports info. But we're gonna be back with some youth league basketball. We're gonna talk to you about girls and boys basketball, Michigan Avenue and Waterville Elementary. We'll be back after this timeout.
See you in a moment.
I'm racing. Well, yeah, it's fine if you got the time and attend to get yourself in. And here is time almost every night. But now I might be mistaken.
Southern Heritage. It's friendships. It's doing business with people you know. It's a warm welcome. At Southern Heritage Bank, you'll recognize many of the staff. They're Cleveland people, experienced bankers who know you and know our community. You can be sure of a warm welcome in our new office at 3290 Keith Street for loans or easy-to-understand bank accounts without any surprises. Visit Cleveland's newest community bank, Southern Heritage Bank, member FDIC. Traditional values for today's customers.
Folks at Mullinax Lincoln Mercury still take the time to talk to their customers about cars, kids, and life. We've also had lively discussions about broken door locks, auto parts, and service records. And when it's time to buy another car, our customers come back to talk to us again.
The employees of Duracell's 3 area facilities would like to give hearty congratulations to our 3 area high schools for excellence in academics and athletics: Charleston High School, Cleveland High School, and Bradley Central High School. Keep up the good work, students. We are proud of you. From your local Duracell facilities, Mouse Creek, Tasso, and the Corporate Distribution Center and Warehouse. At Duracell, our people are our energy. American Uniform Company celebrates 50 years of outstanding service to Cleveland, Bradley County. American Uniform salutes 2 of their outstanding employees, Beatrice Watson and Stanley Wachewski. Beatrice and Stanley have worked in the Cleveland plant since 1949 in the positions of sewing machine operator and pattern maker. They are the first award recipients for 50 years of service. Congratulations to Beatrice, Stanley, and all the fine employees of American Uniform Company, now celebrating 50 years of service.
I'll tell you what, folks, watching that right there, there's a little bit to be desired, don't you think?
Well, I don't know. Brandy Chastain, you're not.
Well, I know. I didn't have my sports bra on. That was the whole thing with that.
I'm not sure you can run as fast as that video showed you.
That was a little bit of fun that we had a few days ago. You know, we were talking about youth league sports and the basketball and the wrestling and that kind of thing. The thing I think that again we talked about that's exciting about the show is going to be that we're going to highlight some of these schools that don't really get any attention. The youth league basketball, all of the elementary schools in the area have a basketball team, and all doing well.
There's 16 some odd teams in the whole thing, and we've got a little footage coming up here before too long on some Michigan Avenue Waterville action between boys and girls. This is the girls' game. As you can see, they've been working real hard. They got the cheerleaders going. We're going to have a little bit of clip coming up here. Number 14 there, nice pass to the middle. And 24 makes the bucket.
And they got game.
They do have game.
I'll tell you that right now.
They got moms and dads in the stands there, too.
Very excited. Moms and dads watching this right now see how well that your little girls are doing. This, of course, is going to be a regular thing we'll have, this youth league basketball and wrestling.
We switched over to the boys.
Boys action now. Now, this is Michigan Avenue and Waterville Elementary.
They have a big tournament coming up here over the Christmas break. I think it starts Monday the 20th, but they're going to have at Cleveland High.
Well, of course, as we go on through the season, through the basketball season, we're going to have a lot more footage of a lot of the other elementary schools as well. We got Prospect, Oak Grove, E.L. Ross. I mean, the list goes on and on, Stewart. So, and we want to appeal to all of you out there. If you have footage of ball games that you attend, mom and dad, you're out there taping the ball game, send it to us here at SportsVision, and we'll try and get it on our program and see if we can mention about your school and perhaps the players there. What we're going to do right now, though, let's go to our scoreboard, our youth league basketball scoreboard. And a little bit about what we have here. We've got the 10 and under here. This is all being brought to you by Superior Sporting Goods, the big S in town, and you know where that's at on Inman Street. In girls action, of course, it was Black Fox beating Stewart by a score of 16-13. Hopewell over Charleston, 23-8. Michigan Avenue beat Ross 18-4, and it was Waterville over Taylor 22-3.
And in the boys
action there too.
The boys action, Stewart 21, Black Fox 16. It was Hopewell 27, Charleston 8, Ross 25, Michigan Avenue 16, Taylor 23, Waterville 18, and Mayfield 20, Blue Springs 18 in a tight one.
Tell you, if you look at that shot there too, what a slam dunk that person's putting on that basket.
That guy has game.
I'm telling you. Now this, of course, is the standings that we have for the 10 and under in the youth league basketball. And the elementary school basketball standings, girls and of course boys.
On top of the girls, Oak Grove at 5-1. On top for the boys, Truett 7-0. As you can see, we won't read the whole list for you, but there's the standings in the order that they stand at this moment. It's something that all these kids are really enjoy. The participation in this thing is unbelievable. We're excited to bring it to you, and we will cover that tournament that's coming up over the Christmas break.
Okay, and now we're going to take a look at the 12 and under elementary school basketball results, and again sponsored by Superior Sporting Goods here in town. In girls action, 12 and under, it was Waterville over Michigan. What we just showed you some highlights there just a few minutes ago, 18-15. Valley View beats Oak Grove 28-14. Prospect 17, Charleston 9. Stewart over Taylor 33-14. It was E.O. Ross 32, Blythe Avenue 26, and Mayfield beats Blue Springs 45-8. That's girls action.
And in boys action, Michigan Avenue 38, Waterville 26. We had a little tape on that. Oak Grove 32, Valley View 22. Prospect 26, Charleston 17. It was Stewart 50, Taylor 25, and Ross 22, Blythe 11. This is the 12 and under standings. As you can see, the Stewart girls on top of it right now. It's Stewart 7-0, currently undefeated. In the boys, it's West Brooking and Truett 5-0 on top of that board.
Wes does a great job with that team every year. He
sure,
really does.
He really does. Wes knows how to coach football and basketball, and probably could coach you and I at Tiddlywinks. What do you think?
I think he could. Wes is a very good guy. Those of you who have kids who played for Westbrook, you know what we're talking about. We've got a lot of things we're going to show you on SportsVision. Of course, this, as we said earlier, is our premiere show, the very first show that we have on SportsVision. Many more to come each and every Thursday. So we're going to have more, as I said, more highlights coming your way in just a few. Keep it right here. We'll be back after this timeout.
Rumors spreading round in that Texas town about the shack outside the game. And you know what I'm talking about. Just let me know if you wanna go to that home out on the range. They got a lot of nice girls.
Southern Heritage. It's friendships. It's doing business with people you know. It's a warm welcome. At Southern Heritage Bank, you'll recognize many of the staff. They're Cleveland people, experienced bankers who know you and know our community. You can be sure of a warm welcome in our new office at 3290 Keith Street for loans or easy-to-understand bank accounts without any surprises. Visit Cleveland's newest community bank, Southern Heritage Bank, member FDIC. Traditional values for today's customers.
Folks at Mullinax Lincoln Mercury still take the time to talk to their customers about cars, kids, and life. We've also had lively discussions about broken door locks, auto parts, and service records. And when it's time to buy another car, our customers come back to talk to us again.
The employees of Duracell's 3 area facilities would like to give hearty congratulations to our 3 area high schools for excellence in academics and athletics: Charleston High School, Cleveland High School, and Bradley Central High School. Keep up the good work, students. We are proud of you. From your local Duracell facilities, Mouse Creek, Tasso, and the Corporate Distribution Center and Warehouse. At Duracell, our people are our energy. American Uniform Company celebrates 50 years of outstanding service to Cleveland, Bradley County. American Uniform salutes 2 of their outstanding employees, Beatrice Watson and Stanley Wachewski. Beatrice and Stanley have worked in the Cleveland plant since 1949 in the positions of sewing machine operator and pattern maker. They are the first award recipients for 50 years of service. Congratulations to Beatrice, Stanley, and all the fine employees of American Uniform Company, now celebrating 50 years of service.
Many more times will we have to go through that?
I don't know.
Anyway, frightening thing. We're going to get right to some more highlights. We have some highlights of Bradley Junior High School wrestling tournament, Bradley Junior High School wrestling tournament, as well as Cleveland and Truett.
And we have
highlights of that.
We also have the North Whitfield tournament held in North Whitfield, Georgia this weekend, which was really exciting. There was a lot of action there. All 3 of the junior high teams were in there. Here's the board up on it now. As far as Northwest Whitfield tournament, Bradley Jr. finished fourth place in total overall points. For Bradley, first place was Travis Cragen at 86 pounds. Third place, Matt Spain, 123 pounds, and Jake Nunley at 140 pounds. And fourth place, Tanner Dodd at 115 pounds. And as you can see by the logo up in the left-hand screen, this is the Superior Sports Scoreboard, and we thank them. Superior Sports Scoreboard also shows that Truett finished 5th overall. First place was Jake West at 123 in a very tough bracket. Quinn Gibson at 140 pounds. Jason Sumner at 180 pounds. So 3 first-place winners for Truett. Cleveland Middle finished 8th. Second place was Danny Coleman at 86 pounds. Pete Miller, Al Miller's son, at 100 pounds. And 4th place, James Jackson at 130 pounds, along with Jesse Odell at 108. In that tournament, there were some awards given out, and Quinn Gibson was named the best wrestler of that tournament. Quinn, as we may find out a little bit later in the show, is one mean guy. Danny Coleman and Travis Cragen, they both had an excellent match. Got the best match award.
Exciting thing again, though, Mike, seeing all this action is these kids are getting some airtime, showing their wares out to everybody watching, all the family, parents, grandparents. And these kids practice hard, folks. I mean, whether it's the wrestling that we're talking about or the youth league basketball, football, whatever the case may be, they practice hard and deserve everything that comes to them through it. It's a lot of hard work for coaches and players as well.
That's correct. You know, I have the opportunity to coach these kids, and I'm telling you right now, most of those kids do work hard, take it very seriously. The kids that won in those brackets there were very, very tough individuals in their bracket with them. So doing what they did in that tournament was something special. Exactly.
And as we talked about, we've got some exciting things to talk to you about right before the end of the show. A little exciting thing about Quinn Gibson. We won't tell you about that yet. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. Let's take another commercial break, and we'll come back with some more highlights and more on SportsVision. You're watching the premiere edition of SportsVision on WTMB. We'll be back.
What is Southern Heritage? It's friendships. It's doing business with people you know. It's a warm welcome. At Southern Heritage Bank, you'll recognize many of the staff. They're Cleveland people, experienced bankers who know you and know our community. You can be sure of a warm welcome in our new office at 3290 Keith Street for loans or easy-to-understand bank accounts without any surprises. Visit Cleveland's newest community bank, Southern Heritage Bank, member FDIC. Traditional values for today's customers.
Folks at Mullinax Lincoln Mercury still take the time to talk to their customers about cars, kids, and life. We've also had lively discussions about broken door locks, auto parts, and service records. And when it's time to buy another car, our customers come back to talk to us again.
The employees of Duracell's 3 area facilities would like to give hearty congratulations to our 3 area high schools for excellence in academics and athletics: Charleston High School, Cleveland High School, and Bradley Central High School. Keep up the good work, students. We are proud of you. From your local Duracell facilities, Mouse Creek, Tasso, and the Corporate Distribution Center and Warehouse. At Duracell, our people are our energy. American Uniform Company celebrates 50 years of outstanding service to Cleveland, Bradley County. American Uniform salutes 2 of their outstanding employees, Beatrice Watson and Stanley Walcheski. Beatrice and Stanley have worked in the Cleveland plant since 1949 in the positions of sewing machine operator and pattern maker. They are the first award recipients for 50 years of service. Congratulations to Beatrice, Stanley, and all the fine employees of American Uniform Company, now celebrating 50 years of service.
Florida Marlins are checking that guy out.
I don't know, but rumor has it that guy split his pants on that.
That's the rumor, huh? Well, we're back on SportsVision magazine show, and we're glad you're with us on our premiere edition of this fantastic program. I know you're all enjoying what you're seeing. We're going to talk now about some more junior high school wrestling. There was the Truett student body Is it called the Invitational or just a student
body match? It's very exciting. The entire students get let out at 1:30 to come and see, or 1:45 to come and see that 2 o'clock match. The stands are full of students, 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. We hold it once at Bradley, and we hold it once at Truett. This year, for the first time ever, it's going to be in front of the high school on the January 4th meeting between Cleveland and Bradley, which is quite a rivalry. It will be preceded by these two teams. They'll wrestle one more time there, and it's going to be really exciting.
And I think an exciting thing about all of this is both the young wrestlers for Bradley Junior and for Truett Junior will all probably wind up at Bradley High School. And then we've got the Cleveland Junior wrestlers, which are a fantastic group of wrestlers, to go to Cleveland High School. So we're going to have excellent wrestling in the years to come from all the schools because of the programs that are developed now.
That's correct. That's correct. And here we have some of the results. It's Superior Sports Scoreboard. The pins for Bradley Jr. at 78, Andy Morris. At 86, Travis Cragen. At 100, Jeff Thompson. At 140, Jake the Snake Nunley. At 165, Josh Cooper. And at heavyweight, Alex Endo. Justin Spain at 94 pounds won by decision. And Mark Fuller did not have an opponent. He won by forfeit.
In the pins for Truett, and again, this is all brought to you by Superior Sporting Goods. In the 123 class, Jake West was the winner there. In the 154-pound class, Quinn Gibson, as we talked to you about earlier. The wins by decision, 115-pound class, Jesse Baker. 130-pound class, Jesse Gibson. And the 180-pound class, Jason Sumner. So Truett's got some excellent wrestlers, Bradley as well. Bradley Jr. is now 3-0 in junior high wrestling, and Truett is now 5-1.
Excellent records, both of them. And we are now probably should talk about what's going to happen this weekend. The Bradley Invitational is a traditional match. Started many years back. Turner Jackson's been organizing that for a long time, and anybody that knows anything about Bradley wrestling knows that Turner Jackson is
what a wrestler he was.
He was a two-time NCAA champ in Division II at UTC, and he's organized this tournament. We've got 25, I believe, teams coming in for that thing, and there's going to be teams from Huntsville, Alabama, several Alabama teams. We've got the best around here, including Baylor, who now is ranked #1, and Bradley, who now is ranked #2. They expect it to be a shootout between those two. There may be somebody else sneak in there, but I expect those two to be the ones to fight it out.
Yeah, and I think, of course, Bradley's always got an excellent wrestling program for many, many, many years. Kind of, Bradley, I guess the black and gold would kind of coincide with the Iowa black and gold wrestling. You know, I mean, that's a college foothold of wrestling is in Iowa, and of course in Tennessee, Bradley's got a big place of that. And again, as we mentioned, the Truett kids and the Bradley kids both all be going to Bradley. We
are starting that thing at 5 o'clock on Friday night. Get there early. That's the preliminary rounds. They're going to wrestle some 600 matches. And also Saturday, runs all day. The finals are at 5 o'clock on Saturday. Excellent wrestling. Who's ever in those finals, try to get there. That'll be something to see.
Let's see some highlights of the Bradley Junior wrestling. Let's see some as the guys run out onto the mats here. Now, Mike, tell us a little bit about this. When they run out onto the mat, I know they run out to a certain theme. They get them pumped up, get the crowd pumped up.
Yes, they do. It's a song by Red Ryder. It's called Lunatic Fringe, and they get really excited over it. As you can see, these are some of the kids that have come up through the kids club and now are wrestling on the junior high squad.
That's a very excellent point to make. Most of these kids that wrestle, folks, have started wrestling from when they were in 1st and 2nd grade. I know that young man right there started when he was about 3 or 4 years old. The Bradley boy right there. That's exactly what makes these kids as good as wrestlers as they are, as they've started from so young and developed into great wrestlers at an early age.
Some of them have big brothers that wrestled. The first two that you're seeing here did. This one here has a big brother on the team. This group of wrestlers is going to be pretty darn good coming up the pike, and I know the Truett ones are. Cleveland as well. I must mention Cleveland has a wrestling program with the kids. Matt Coleman over there at Cleveland and Mr. Weber, who is now the head coach over there, doing an excellent job with that junior high team, and that's going to be a doggone good kids club team to come here too.
Yeah, and I think the thing that's exciting too is to see the cheerleaders are involved. They're out showing support for the team as well as all the students.
Well, as I said, this was in front of several hundred students, and they finally get a chance to go ahead and show what they can do. You know, they practice. My daughter's a cheerleader, goes day in, day out, and she spends a lot of hard work on that, and very seldom do they get any recognition. At least they're going to get a little bit of TV time here as well as a chance to show what they can do.
So just a second ago, now, is that Don Sutton, that's a coach of the Bradley wrestling team? Is that who that was?
I think it was. I think it was Don Sutton. I'll tell you, I know one thing. That guy would like to have Don Sutton's retirement money.
Yeah, I would too. Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do here. We've seen a little bit more about this, the wrestling, the Bradley Junior Wrestling tournament that was held, the student body tournament that was held at Bradley, between Bradley and Truett. And immediately following this, we're going to work right into our Athlete of the Week, which is going to be an exciting part of the SportsVision magazine show each and every week. We're going to pick a special athlete out. It could be one of these two young men you see right there. It could be your son, your daughter. It could be my son, my daughter, if I had a daughter. In any case, we're going to pick an Athlete of the Week each and every week and award them with a SportsVision cap or shirt. And we're going to give them a little plaque in honor of their, and recognizing them as being the Athlete of the Week. We're going to, I had the opportunity yesterday to meet up with our very first Athlete of the Week that we have picked for our SportsVision magazine show for this very first week.
And that was?
And that was none other than the gentleman we've mentioned from time to time here throughout this half hour, Quinn Gibson.
And I think I described him a moment ago as one mean guy, and
Yeah.
I'm telling you, let's take a...
Standing here today at Cleveland Junior High School, where there's a wrestling tournament going on right now as we speak. Cleveland Junior High School, Truett Junior High School, battling at it tonight. And I'm standing here with Quinn Gibson, who, Quinn, let me tell you a little bit about Quinn Gibson, folks. He's a wrestler for Truett Junior High School. Quinn competed this past weekend in a tournament of 14 teams. Quinn was awarded the Outstanding Wrestler Trophy. And I'll tell you what, this guy's been wrestling for a long time. I know, Quinn, you started in the Bradley Wrestling Club years ago.
Yes, it was when I was about 8 years old I started. Well, I didn't really know much. I had a lucky first year and won a lot of matches, but I got my bad times and I've come out good now, so it's a good thing.
Well, I've heard you are quite the wrestler. Coach Mike Cragen of Bradley Jr. has told me that Quinn Gibson is one heck of a wrestler, that pretty much you've pinned everybody you've wrestled except for one wrestler so far this year. Is that not right?
Yes. Guy was from Ringgold, and he was pretty strong, so I went ahead and used my technique on him.
All right, tell me now, are you looking forward, I know you are, to wrestling for Coach Logsdon next year?
Oh yeah, I especially been waiting for it for a long time. I'm just real happy can't wait to get up there and stuff. So.
Well, I know you got a great wrestling coach in Coach Belcher, Brent Belcher, who's your wrestling coach at Truett Junior High School. And I know he's a great coach, and I know he'll prepare you to get up there when you get with Coach Logsdon next year. But what I wanted to say to you, Quinn, is we have deemed Quinn to be our very first SportsVision Athlete of the Week. And we're going to have this segment on the SportsVision show each and every week. But our very first one is Quinn Gibson, who today we are deeming as the Athlete of the Week here on SportsVision for his outstanding achievements in wrestling and what happened this past tournament, what's going to happen out here today. Quinn, I'll tell you folks, as we said, has been wrestling for a long time, does a fabulous job for Truett Junior High School, and is going to do great things for Bradley as he gets up there to with Coach Logsdon in the years to come. One other question I want to ask you, and I was told to ask you this question, Quinn. What makes you so aggressive? Did they used to kind of beat you when you were a little kid, or what makes you so aggressive?
My dad's pressured me and got onto me and made me lift weights and made me just, when I get mad, work on my wrestling, make me lift weights and stuff, just think of wrestling when I get mad.
And it's worked, obviously.
Yeah.
You got your dad to thank for that.
Uh-huh.
Well, again, we want to thank Quinn Gibson, who is our Athlete of the Week for SportsVision. Quinn, thanks for being with us.
All right. You too, and I'm real happy to be the Athlete of the Week. So.
The very first one.
Well, that's really.
You'll go down in history.
Yeah. Nothing's happened to me like this, so just thank you.
Well, great. Thanks for being with us, Quinn.
All right.
Congratulations and good luck today.
All right. Thank you. thank you, SportsVision, for letting me be Athlete of the Week.
Again, thanks again to our Athlete of the Week, Quinn Gibson.
Thanks for tuning in. Great first show.
See you next week.